So the question is, what type of snow does the concept of snow taste like? What's up, guys? I'm Rapunzel, and here to do a breakdown, a live reaction and review to chapter 183 of Sentimental, which is known as Barf, Head, and Verp. Verp. Now just flip that around, or not even verp, that's wrong. Verep. Verep. Flip that backwards, and that's exactly what this chapter is called. Very interesting chapter title. I'm not sure if this chapter is going to be short, I'm not sure if this chapter is going to be long, but it's going to be intriguing. One way or another, it's going to be intriguing because it looks like we're really getting into the weeds with it. But let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. And Amy, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Any other fun fact? Denji, my poor boy. Honestly, the man has kind of never really addressed anything that happened in part 1. Like even just thinking about the end of it, so much happened. So much happened, and we kind of just do a soft little time skip after he consumes Makima in order to get to Nagisa, and that's about it. Like, we never really address it, and then by the time we're at all meeting Denji again in Chainsaw Man Part 2, it's just not his story as much. And it seems like he's okay because he has Nayuta as a distraction. And obviously Chainsaw Manning was still fun for him at that point and didn't lead to anything happening to Nayuta. So he was so free in a sense, of course not literally, but he was free in a sense. So now it seems like this is the first time where he just doesn't have a choice. He can't run from it anymore. There are no distractions. He's in a world where, true to aging's wish, it's perfect for him to mature and to grow up a little and really sit back and analyze all that's happened to him. Because right now, realistically, the one thing he has is time. But let's not waste any more time. I'll top right into chapter 183. Aki and Power. It's very interesting. So then again, no. The whole reason Splagooter could even become Yoru's arm again is because it was only a portion of Splagooter that became the Splagooter fiend by fusing with Aki. And then Power just straight up perished and we will not return as Power after. That's the thing. These two characters are kind of lost to the void permanently as far as that. I don't think either of them can resurrect. And obviously, considering this is a Tatsuki Fujimoto story, they wouldn't come back even if they could. If it wasn't mean as... Honestly, that's why I'm not... But then again, they're hybrids versus Aki, who became a fiend, and Power, who was a fiend. If I'm correct... I was about to say, technically Quan Chi came back, but a lot of people have been itching, scratching, and waiting for Reise's return. And while I don't blame them because it makes sense in the universe, because she was also the La Bamba hybrid, she was not the La Bamba fiend. I wouldn't be shocked if we just never see her again because it's a Tatsuki Fujimoto story. So even though that universal mechanic has been set up, I would not be shocked. Not in the slightest, not even a little bit shocked if we just never see them again, simply for the fact that Fujimoto wants to be mean to Denji. But let's see, who knows? This seems like this may be a time for Denji to grow up. Let's take a look. Why'd I just remember the grave visit we went on together? Oh, someone had explained it. This is a callback to something I don't think we saw in part 1. This is something that was alluded to happen, but we never did see. It was cold. But I still had fun. Ooh, yeah. That is, ooh, which one is that? Which one? Ugh. So that's very, I'm going to go with what someone had mentioned in last week's comment section. I was wondering how is this functioning? Because technically no D power should be active for 1. And for 2, just considering Nayuta's appearance, it didn't seem like Denji had access to the same erasure abilities that Pochita did. But it's entirely possible that ultimately Denji and my proxy Pochita's stomachs, or portions of their stomachs, do act as a void, a legit not even pocket dimension, but a whole not even an eraser, just a storage place. Well, I guess pocket dimension would be an appropriate word here. I forget what the exact term they used, but it's a void. But just like the vacuum of space, technically, if you were to throw something up there, nothing would happen to it. It'll be frozen because of the sub-zero temperatures as long as it doesn't get too close to a star. And thusly, everything inside them still exists. You just need the right stimulus to bring it up. And obviously, this was recently consumed. Of course, this isn't necessarily confirm or deconfirm whether or not, like, the pieces of Yoru that were consumed forever ago before Pochita ended up incarnating into Denji all those years ago, or incarnating for Denji and then fusing with him, maybe they're already digested. Once again, it depends on how much of Pochita's internal organs are actually a real traditional stomach, and or, you know, literally a void. Let's see. A head? Oh, this is, no wait, this is still Asa. A head? Oh, gross! Bitter. Water! Ooh. Oh, darn, okay. Motion straight into the water. You may not want it. That water may be people too. You never know, that water could be people too, could be people toes. Let's see. Oh, I just speak of her and she shall appear. Oh, gosh, no, Fujimoto, you cruel, you fiend. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's see. Golly. Well, actually, no, that joke doesn't work because she's not a fiend. She's a hybrid. No, Denji, my boy. You know, and I remember, like, it's like, because, you know, that's how the internet works. Right after I finished Chainsaw Man, dog, I saw part 1 at least. I saw all these different, like, fan arts of Reize and Denji living happily ever after, escaping Makima, or even better, like, Reize's alive, Denji's fine, and then, like, they're co-raising Nagisa together. Like, oh, like, it's all the possibilities, but of course they can never come to pass. Yep. Still throwing up. All the people I love disappear from my life in the end. Every single one. Oh. That's it. I'll admit, but this is just because I've had longer exposure. I feel like we didn't get enough of her. It hits. Well, I think I mentioned this last episode. It hits because it hit Denji. Because Denji spent enough time with her. Once again, Denji's an adult. He's a full-grown adult. I was blown away when someone revealed, like, I think he's like 8. No, he's like 19 now. Like, that man's a full-grown adult. I don't know. What are you just still, is he in college? What are you still doing in school? And then again, he missed a whole bunch of years of school. But still, ultimately, I feel like we didn't get enough time with Nagisa for it to, like, truly, like, the thing I felt when I saw her head on that plate was shock. It was just like sheer shock, like, oh, Fujimoto, we're really going that far. But it wasn't like any sort of emotional tie. I feel like the character needed a bit more time, which I know is like crazy to say in Chainsaw Man terms. Like, come on, the first part isn't that long, and I still definitely did feel something with Power and Aki's falling. But I think that's because we spent so much more time with them, right? Like, for all intents and purposes, that was our deuteragonist and our female lead. We did spend a whole bunch of time with them, experiencing them and growing with them. So ultimately, by the end of part 1, where we lost both of them, it did hit emotionally. Meanwhile, since Denji wasn't really the protagonist of part 2 so far, or really for a majority of part 2, he wasn't the protagonist. He was still a titular character, but he was not the protagonist. And he was kind of the deuteragonist of the narrative. And then Nayuta wasn't our female lead. She was a side character in that story. I'd say for part 2, the main character is Asa. The real deuteragonist is honestly Yoru. And then Denji's kind of what would typically be a 2-man female trio. It was a 2-woman male trio. Denji was kind of the third wheel. So Nayuta being a side character in Denji's story, I feel like we didn't get enough of her on a narrative level. And if she truly is gone, like, if she's cooked, like, and that's it, that's that one opportunity gone. And that's really unfortunate. Oh, and I just realized Meowie and then all the dogs too. He loved them all and lost them all. Ugh. I've been through a buttload of terrible experiences. How did I keep smiling before? Oh, that's good, gang. But like, I love how Pochita's treated. He's like the most weird, abstract character. I'm not gonna say ever, but he's up there. Like, he's such a strange little dude. He's just such a strange little fella. And I love how the narrative treats him as like not treats him. He is the anchor point of Denji. The thing that's kind of always kept him going. The thing that's been there for Denji since Denji was there for him. And while Pochita is also a character who is very rarely featured in the manga. Like, I swear, if you were to put all of Pochita, very specifically this form Pochita that's like a sentient creature that can communicate and isn't the brawlic, overpowered hero of the underworld, Chainsaw Man, he's even rarer than Ayuda. And he hits, dog. Because he is dog. Oh, Pochita didn't eat those D's to make me forget. He barfed them up to make me remember. Oh, so Pochita did that? He's forcefully, oh. Pochita, man. Pochita is the character development man of this universe, dog. Like, he said, you're gonna take this character development and you're gonna like it. But hold on. He barfed them up to make me remember. Aw. And also went and saved him. Aw. I'll admit that, it is difficult. Like, I'm running into my own issue as I write my own story. I have 4 main characters because I didn't want to do a traditional 3-man trio. I didn't want to do a 5-man band. I was like, I'm going to go with 4 just to make the number nice and funky. And it is hard to the point where I'm planning a 5-book series. And I like already mentally dedicated myself to be like, okay, there are 4 main characters, but this is the main character for this book. This is the main character for this book. This is the main character for this book. And this is the main character for this book. And then book 5 will be where all of them are like equally shared. But by that point, a lot of their arcs for the first series will be done. So like it will kind of be like an encore for all of them, kind of, sort of. It's a little complicated, but I say all that because, man, so you've fallen behind. I mean, then again, she's cooking so far in the character development, but Denji, he kind of stole back the reins of the plot real quick. Once it, you idiot! What are you thinking? He was thirsty. Even the cheetah are right. Huh? I've been through horrible situations countless times. Aita, my family, are all dead. I have a feeling I'll be hopeless for the rest of my life. But the sushi I ate earlier tasted delicious. And I popped a thing a minute ago too. Cause of Asa? That's sweet. I in a weird way, but as long as the world has grub and girls, I still have something to live for. It's a simple life philosophy. But I mean, in Denji's way, that is kind of the narrative lesson. Like, honestly, I do have a similar, but obviously off-brand from Denji's philosophy on life. I personally believe, from the bottom of my heart, I think ultimately, life will knock you down. No matter how high you are, one way or another, you're gonna fall, you're gonna stumble, you're gonna get beat up, knocked around, dragged around, up, down, left, right. Is that a cheat code? You're gonna get beat up. But as long as you have something you're looking forward to, as long as there's something that still brings you joy, and even if you don't have it at the moment, you think you can get it eventually, and you're still here, might as well keep living. Might as well keep enjoying it. Because you're still alive. And while I do want to believe that there's more, in the many, many, many years of human history, we've been yet to prove it. And thusly, it's good to live out life. No matter the ups, the downs, the left, the rights, everything. Because you're still here. And isn't that good enough? But, let's see. I still have something to live for. Start making sense, will you? This place is already bonkers enough. I mean, for all intents and purposes, oh, gee, that thing is humongous. So it's not the case that no D powers work here, right? Yup, he's right. Cause, yeah, that's true. Cause there's no way this huge D head was inside my stomach. Which is true. Which one was that? I genuinely don't recognize which one that was. Chainsaw Man's stomach. I bet it's still in the real world. Yeah. Okay, so that's so that's strange. That's kind of funky. So are they still there? Like, is this their souls? Like, what is happening here? Is this like a tangible soul reality, I guess? Kind of, sort of, maybe? That's a little funky. That's a little strange. It's a little bamboozling, if I do say so myself, and being completely honest. So, like, are they can't be separate. They're still linked. So I wonder if this is still technically Pochita And this is Denji, but they're linked. So the question is Yoru still in that pose? Like where she aimed and then aging froze everything? I actually don't know. But it's still in the real world. What's your point? I just came up with a super smart plan. This time, I'll get us out of this effed up world. Oh, okay. Then you better lock in. I ate through this chapter in like 2 seconds. Gosh darn it. No, wait, how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. Okay, so yeah, these chapters are just short. They are relatively short. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy Fujiwara's cook on a weekly basis, but overall, W chapter. W chapter. I like it. I like it. Once again, it's Denji finally acknowledging the twisted, wrong, devious cycle Fujimoto puts him through, and instead of losing hope or giving up or anything of that line, he's decided to keep living. In spite of all that's wrong to him in the past and will likely wrong him in the future, he can't just stop. As long as he's alive, he has to keep living, whether it be for himself, in the sense of the grub and the girls, and or for the people he's lost so far, such as Nayuta, ironically enough, possibly Pochita himself, Reize, and Aki in power. And it's a philosophy that, while stated in the very classical Denji way, I find myself agreeing with. Because life is beautiful, and as far as we know, you only get one. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave. Actually, I feel like I've done this before. Leave the rep, VREP. Leave VREP. In fact, if you want to get extra funky with it, leave VREP backwards, like the word backwards after VREP, to let people think about it. But I want to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month, get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You'll also now become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks will include the live reaction to whatever the series I have to review, and free variations of all my videos, and if you come to a video on Patreon or to a video member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 20 beans a long video, any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that with the pencil, writing off.
I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members, Zara, Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Brandon Payne, Glacier XZ, and G Prosper. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 members, A plus A, Ignil Lind, Kevin Encarnacion, Midnight Lord 21, and Sean. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 members, Fine, Austin Wimberly, Uchiha, and Yuki Ally. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 members, AZ Void, J Warrior, and Robbie Uchiha. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our $10 patrons, Overlord Zero, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final, gracious, gargantuan thank you to our $100 That Guy with a Pencil Tier patron, Calvin Elder.